Happy lunch hour, gang. All right. So you want another reason to get rid of this dictator out of here? DICK. This year we've heard what? We want to get rid of fireplaces, gas stoves, ovens, ceiling fans, yada, 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 right? Not including the light bulb regulations that we've got, all this crazy crap. Are you ready to live in a cave? This is what the tyrannical idiot in the White House is pushing us toward. I guarantee you they are not shutting off the electricity at his mansions, plural, okay, in Delaware for once he is kicked out of office in 10 months, right? Latest news out of the EPA and the Department of Energy. We're going to add 4 more things that are going to be eliminated or drastically changed, meant, more accurately made extremely more expensive in 2024. Now, I'll run through this list with you, and as good of an idea as it is maybe to get the parts for them or replace them if they're out with the older models, you might want to do it sooner rather than later for the simple reason of they ain't going to make the parts anymore. Okay, so you're not going to be able to replace or repair the old stuff. So let's start with this. Dishwashers. Anybody got one of those in your house? Okay, the days of running water over and over and over and the countless gallons of water that you use to wash the dishes by hand was replaced by a mechanical dishwasher. Saved you a bunch of time, dried the dishes, load it, walk away, you're done in 5 minutes. Yeah, well, the regulations that we already have in place have massively reduced the amount of water that a dishwasher can use. The latest regulations now don't allow a heating element to dry the dishes, so we get into those ideas. Well, now the Department of Energy wants to make it even more restrictive, and Biden approves of this, to make a dishwasher basically useless. Okay? That, oh, well, you're not going to be able to use hot water to wash your dishes. That's a problem. Sterilization. Okay? Can't dry the dishes. That's the first one. Let's go to number 2. This one's kind of important. How about air conditioners? Yeah, we're going to overly restrict air conditioners in 2024, even window units, to make them so ridiculously expensive nobody can afford them. I mean, has anybody got their air conditioner recharged lately and see what the cost of a recharge of an air conditioner is if you got a leak or something? I have. Okay, ain't cheap. Right? But we're going to make it more restrictive now and make the cost of the refrigerant that much more for the older units that, you're not going to be able to afford to use your AC. Could this be a way that they want to cut down on electricity usage because the grid can't handle it? We have to have our EVs, so, those are more important to use electricity than, staying cool in the summer. People that die from heat, no big deal, but hey, we can get rid of some of the carbon pollution that cars put out that have been so restricted since the 1970s. Okay, you don't have pollution coming out of cars anymore, but they don't realize that. The number 3 one, washing machines. When's the last time you washed your clothes by hand? For some people, it could be never. Okay, not a whole lot of washboards and wringer washers out there that people are using anymore. Okay, but they've restricted the use on water so bad in newer washing machines that the clothes don't get clean. And what you've had people do is realize, hey, if I pour a bucket of water in there when it's in the middle of the cycle, I got a better chance of doing it. So we get this now. You have clothes that aren't clean, clothes that stay stained. Y'all know this. Anybody that's ever done laundry, you put clothes with a stain on it. The dryer, you just set the stain. Okay. You don't get the odors out. I don't care how many perfumes they put in uh, laundry detergent. It doesn't get the odor out. Baking soda is a good idea to add to your laundry. But with so little water, you can't even rinse the clothes clean. So all you do is take that little spot of chocolate and dissolve it and then spread it out over the whole amount of clothes. That's what you got going on now. Wonderful. And they want to reduce it even more. Okay. But you can't use that the washing machines will only allow the temperature to be so high. It won't spin as much. So you have to use your dryer more because the clothes are going to be more wet. Because we've got to worry about the energy and the water. Joe, figure it out. Okay. We got our own energy sources, fracking, drilling, nuclear, et cetera, ones that are proven to work. Instead of doing this stupid crap, let's fix it. Let's use what we have. Fourth one, we talked about air conditioners. Why don't we talk about furnaces? Okay. Here's a big problem, especially if you live in an older house. You now cannot get the correct type of furnace. All right. You can no longer have a non-condensing furnace. You have to have a condensing furnace. Oh, where's the problem with that? The ductwork in older houses, older apartment buildings, businesses can't handle a condensing version furnace. So, if you have to replace your furnace, you have to replace the entire ductwork in the house, which, of course, if you haven't figured this out yet, that means ripping out all your ceilings and floors to do it. Oh, that's good. But you're saving the planet. No, we're not. Okay. 250 years ago, we fought a war to get rid of an overreaching government. I don't know about anybody else. I'll heat my house however I damn well please. I'll wash my clothes however I damn well please. The government does not need to be in charge of Whirlpool or in charge of Maytag. I mean, this is what's at stake, guys, next year. Want to go talk about going back into caves? I mean, that's literally what they're trying to do. You look at the White House, and the White House, every time there's a meeting, you see two of them sitting in chairs in front of a fireplace. That's, what? Either natural gas, which they don't want us to use, or wood, which they don't want us to use. But it's perfectly fine for a photo op in the White House, right? You don't think that they're actually heating the White House with a fireplace, right? So it's strictly for a picture. A lot of us heat with gas or wood or anything. We're not good enough to have them, right? What's next? I mean, they're attacking cars, lawnmowers. What is it, California now? You can't use a gas-powered lawnmower or a gas-powered weed whacker, because it's dangerous to the environment. Stoves, fireplaces, ceiling fans, light bulbs, washing machines, furnaces, yada, yada, yada. Why don't we just go back to the 1800s? Oh, wait. They used wood in the 1800s. We're not allowed. Correct me if I'm wrong. Who in the F gave anybody in Washington the right to tell us what I'm allowed to do or not? There's a black book that tells me what I'm allowed to do. There's 10 little things in that black book that tell me what is wrong. Unfortunately, there needs to be an 11th commandment that's not in the Bible. And that should say, thou shalt not vote for Democrats ever. Pinball out.